Hello. Today, I would like to introduce you to Delilah, a college student whose life demonstrates how biological, psychological, social, cultural, and spiritual influences work together to shape a person's development. Delilah is a female college student majoring in anatomy. She comes from a multicultural background with a Japanese mother and a Caucasian father. She was raised in a Christian household where faith, humility, and service to others were central values. Although her family had a high socioeconomic status because her mother was a surgeon, they chose to live modestly and regularly donated money to nonprofit organizations instead of pursuing a luxurious lifestyle. It's important to note here that we must avoid cultural essentialism. We shouldn't assume Delilah fits the stereotype just because of her mixed background or high SES. Her culture was uniquely formed by her parents' specific choices. Her father, Michael, was 28 when she was born. He dropped out of college to become a stay-at-home dad, using his high emotional intelligence to raise Delilah and serve the elderly at their church. Lydia and Michael raised Delilah using an authoritative parenting style. They established clear limitations and high expectations, yet always encouraged her with warmth and open communication. Because her emotional needs were consistently met, Delilah developed a secure attachment. She grew up holding a positive internal view of herself as worthy of love and a positive view of others as responsive and trustworthy. As Delilah grew older, her biological foundation began to form. Her baseline temperament was naturally quiet and reflective. She displayed a low energy level, a medium demeanor, and medium mood and response tempo. Her emotional responsiveness was high, and her behavioral inhibition was also high, meaning she was naturally cautious and hesitant when facing novel or unfamiliar situations. Her temperament was also a foundation for her personal dispositions. First, her cardinal disposition, the pervasive drive that influences almost all of her behavior, is a deep kindness and desire to heal others. Second, her central dispositions, traits that are easily recognized by those around her, including thoughtful reflectiveness and gentleness. And a third, specific secondary disposition is her narrow habit of maintaining an organized, color-coded notebook system whenever she feels overwhelmed. Understanding these dispositions explains why Delilah chose to major in anatomy. Her high emotional responsiveness, paired with her cardinal trait of altruism, made her fascinated by how the human body functions. Fast forward to her sophomore year in college, Delilah hits a bump in the road when she receives a C on her first big anatomy exam. This low grade directly threatens her self-efficacy, which is her belief in her capacity to perform well in this major. Panic sets in, triggering a full psychological and physiological stress response. Her body reacts with elevated cortisol, muscle tension, and she had a hard time falling asleep thinking about that grade. She has 2 weeks before the midterm exam, right before she goes home for the holidays. Because her temperament leans toward high behavioral inhibition, her initial instinct is to retreat. But her secure attachment and authoritative background gives her a shoulder to lean on. During study sessions, Delilah directs her selective attention strictly to complex topics, specifically the ones she had a harder time remembering on the last exam. Instead of avoiding the issue, she engages in problem-focused coping. She directly confronts the stressor by going over the last tests and the concepts she struggled with, attending office hours, and dedicating different days to the different concepts she should study. On the morning of the midterm, sitting in the quiet auditorium, Delilah feels her heart racing. High emotional responsiveness kicks in. In the back of her mind, she remembers her last grade. As her palms begin to sweat, to steady herself, she uses positive self-talk. She whispers to herself, "God gave you a capable mind. You have put in the work to pass this exam. This self-talk allowed her to ease her tensions, refocus her attention on what she studied, and restore her self-efficacy. A few days after the exam, Delilah opens up her portal to find a 94% on her midterm. She breathes out a sigh of relief and thanks God for giving her the ability to overcome such a stressor. Fast forward to now, Delilah now works at one of the top health clinics in the country. This clinic has the main goal of helping people who can't afford to pay incredibly high medical bills. Looking back, her journey through college was defined by resilience, the process and outcome of successfully adapting to difficult or challenging life experiences. For her, that exam her sophomore year helped her to excel and motivated her to accomplish incredible things. What drives Delilah isn't a desire for prestige or a high income like her mother's. It is her faith and vocation. Her Christian faith isn't just a label, it's an active trust in God that shaped her into that caring individual. Her career in medicine is her true vocation, the place where her unique mind, her humble upbringing, and her deep desire to love her neighbor all form the person we know as Delilah. Thank you.